Workplace flexibility has become table stakes for attracting and retaining employees. Now, companies must align their flexibility strategy with the core strategy to realize the benefits. Hania Bashir of Year 9 puts her ideas of the workplace of the future.
While most of us are sitting here relaxed and listening to my speech, or at least I hope you are, the adults of our families are working in one way or the other. I'm here to tell you that they are in danger. They face this deadly disease every single day, and for some, even crawling them to depression and other mental diseases. Any guesses where they face this danger in? Well, it's right in their workplaces. Yes, it's their workplace. When I see them sitting on that old chair behind that huge, congested wooden desk, I can see a dense cloud enveloping them. It's thick with stress, anxiety, and unsatisfaction. Now, I'm even afraid from the word future because I don't want to enter that torturous place. But of course, on the payday, everyone's all happy and everything because why? They earn their fruit of effort. But all this at what cost? They work for money and gamble on your life? Is it worth it? Well, I don't think so. Because there are several hazards related to your workplace. And while each workplace has its own hazard, I'm here to tell you the four main ones. Number one, physical hazards. It's the most common hazard. Number two, biological hazard. It's when your work is involved with human, animals, and infectious plants. Number three, chemical hazards. It's when your work exposes you to any type of chemical preparations. Number four, the most critical and most common one, but not a lot of us notice it. It's ergonomic hazards. It's when your work puts a lot of strain and pressure on your body. Okay, so that's a lot of cost you're giving for. Do you think it's worth it? Well, I don't think so. But of course, some of you will be sitting here and saying, well, do our parents have any choice? Do you want them to stop working? Well, no, that's not the answer. The answer is science. Well, of course, the answer is better and healthier workplaces, but then again, isn't that innovation? And we all know innovation is science. So hopefully, I think the future workplaces will be for everyone's better, and I'm here today to tell you my ideas of how it might be. So number one, future workplaces will be mobile due to the increased importance of service sectors, knowledge-intensive careers, and digitalization, increasing the number of people that can work on daily basis and unrestricted by locations. Thus, hopefully increasing this not only improves efficiency but also enhances the mood in work. Thus, hopefully making the workers more satisfied. Number two, more and more people will be able to work at home. Now, a lot of us think home as our most comfortable and peaceful place. Just imagine being able to work right in your comfort zone. But in future, technology will enable us to sit right in our comfort zone and work by using the latest internet services and devices to easily communicate, transfer, and exchange data. Isn't that amazing? Number three, 3D printing and industrial revolution. In the same way that mass production and internet has changed the way we work, 3D printing will revolutionize manufacturing. Fabricators, they're becoming much cheaper, and the software that drives these devices are becoming much easier to use. Now, just imagine you sitting on your couch and scrolling through an app that sells clothes and your favorite products, and instead of having to go and buy them or wait for it to be delivered to you, it will be printed. Literally 3D printed right in your home. Now, this also, of idea is crazy, but in future, hopefully we'll be able to print lots and sorts of different materials, even medicines. Now, this also marks the death of shopping malls and reduces pollution because of the decrease in transportation costs. Number 4, workplaces of future reduce health risks as much as possible. Now, the heavy and demanding heavy truck drivers and divers and miners and construction workers, of course they can be replaced, but the risks they have can. Like, for example, the fire explosions and the chemical dosage while mining can be reduced by having the latest technologies to detect the chemical levels, or even fire extinguishers that can extinguish fire in one blink, or even huge robots that can help in construction. The possibilities are endless. And this was all the 4 main ones, how I think it will be or how I want it to be. Now, I'm sure you all are probably also thinking how you want the future workplace to be. So hopefully the notes have been handed out over to you guys. Please, I want you guys to write one innovation related to our future workplace, and we'll be reading through and sharing the best ones. So before you start thinking about the endless possibilities, I would like to end my speech on a note that future workplaces, inshallah, will be the best for all of us, our happiness and our ease. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Hania. Our planet is changing, and we need to help it change for the better. There are a lot of things affecting our planet in a bad way, but the good news is everyone can help reduce it. Together, we can protect people and the environment. Let us welcome Hassan Tawari of Year 10 with his ideas.
So I have a question for you people today. What is the most valuable thing in your life? Anyone from the audience, please. What do you consider the most valuable thing in your life?
I consider my health the most important thing.
Thank you. What I would answer to that question is protection. We go to the school, come back home, eat food, sleep in our houses, and because it has become a routine for us, we don't consider its importance. We don't ponder how important that is in our lives. We don't consider what if just the next day we won't have a school to study at, no food to eat, or no roof over our heads. Now, I don't think that we consider protection a valuable thing. And that, my fellow human beings, is an unfortunate thing. I call you my fellow human beings because I want to share a sense of unity between us. I want to say that we are all here together, that it's all related. Now you're probably thinking, what is this guy blabbering about the unity of humanity and protection? And that is the point. We don't consider the relation between these two. That is why the environment is not protected, and by extension, human beings. I don't consider that we don't think that the protection is a valuable thing. No matter how thankful we are, no matter how much we say we are, we still don't. Why? Because if we were, we wouldn't read the news all day about how children can't go to school, how they don't have food or no houses. And that is really, really unfortunate. Some people will react by saying that this is not my fault, or is it? Let me give you an example to put things into perspective. Imagine you're walking by and you see a locked car in an extremely hot location, such as Dubai, for example, and this baby is crying, so of course he's gonna die soon. Will you then be, it's not my fault? Of course there will be challenges. You first need to break the glass and take the baby out. And that is the point. So, the baby symbolizes the helpless people who genuinely cannot do to help this situation. They cannot do anything. Of course, there will be people who are in a bad situation because of their own actions. But that's not all, and we should not generalize. And the glass symbolizes the challenges we need to face. I'm not standing here claiming that there will be no challenges. There will be. But what matters is that we should try. Because right now, we're not trying. But it's not all doom and gloom though. This year, giant pandas are no longer endangered. And that was because of the effective forest protection and reforestation. So here we can see that by protecting the environment, we improve the giant panda situation. So we can take this and try to improve the global environment and in turn help and improve the conditions of human beings. We can have a tremendous impact on this if we try. So all this introduction for what? I'm going to present you my concept, my plan that I came up with. And it is at its first stages, so there will be a lot of issues with it for sure. If you can come up with a more polished version of it, then kudos to you. And that is the point. We should try to help each other into finding the best plan for this. So hear me out on this. You see how people call different countries lands of opportunity? I generally despise the system. Why? Till when can people immigrate to only a few selected countries for their futures? Why can't we have the whole planet? Planet Earth as the planet of opportunity. And that is the concept really. I want to create opportunity in every place of this earth. And how am I going to do that? And that's where my plan is going to kick in. So we can try to teach the people over there and train them into creating jobs for them. Like what I'm trying to say is that the people will work for their own selves, like a self-powered system. Let me give you an example to make it easier to understand. We can teach people to teach, as simple as that. So in that case, they will have an income to support their lives, and there will be affordable and free school for the kids. So the kids can go to school, and they will have an income. Now, how are we going to pay for them? We can use different recycling strategies and recycle the waste and create products which we can sell to other parts of the world. Which then we can invest 100% of the revenue back into this project and help the town grow. There will be other jobs as well, of course. One interesting one would be programming. Now you would be thinking and having trouble thinking, how can a person with no access to a computer in his whole life be able to become a programmer? And that is our fault. We never gave them a chance. So now I'm not going to claim that this plan is complete. No. What I'm trying to say is that it's a good foundation to build up your plans, to innovate your ideas. If you don't like mine, create yours from the beginning. Because it doesn't matter whose idea is selected. What matters is whose idea works. Whose idea saves this planet. Because it takes a lot of effort to actually make a plan that works. Maybe you can actually make deals with the governments to create a budget for this plan, which will help it tremendously, because we do need a budget to kickstart this town. So that's the point. Now I'm trying to say, what I'm trying to say this is that don't consider me as someone who just prepared a speech and came on the stage and talked. Don't take this speech as something just interesting or something to just listen. Take me as a messenger. The messenger of countless of people who do not have a house, who do not have food to eat, who are not protected on this earth, well, we are. As God said in the Quran, God changes not what is in a people until they change what is in themselves. And as Gandhi said, be the change you want to see in the world. I do not have the power to change anything. Neither do you, but together we do. Thank you.